Hello and welcome to Siyasat TV. I'm Sumaya Junaid Ahmed bringing you the news. Here are the headlines.
Center rushes teams to 9 states, warns against laxity as COVID cases rises. Top Maharashtra cop summoned over BJP MP's alleged custodial torture. You have played in my lap, Nitish Kumar teases Tejasvi Yadav in assembly. Ghatkesar fake kidnap and rape story, girl dies by suicide. Schools for class 6th, 7th, 8th have reopened in Telangana today. United States President Joe Biden to call Saudi Arabia's King Salman about Khashoggi report. Iran could boost uranium enrichment to 60%, says Iran's Supreme Leader Ali Hosseini Khamenei.
Let's begin with our top story. The government has rushed high-level teams to 10 states and union territories that have seen surge in COVID cases, warning that laxity in measures to check infection will escalate the crisis given the new virus strains in some countries. The new health secretary has also written to 7 states and union territories on the surge in virus cases and has advised specific measures.
3-member multidisciplinary teams have been sent to 10 states: Maharashtra, Kerala, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, Punjab, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, West Bengal and Union Territories of Jammu and Kashmir. Each team is headed by joint secretary level officers in the health ministry. These teams will work closely with the administrations and inquire into reasons for the rise in cases. They will also coordinate with the health authorities of the states and union territories for measures to break the chain of the transmission.
Moving on to our next story, police said today a college student who was found without clothes and severely burnt lying along a national highway in Shahjahanpur in Uttar Pradesh has claimed she was set on fire after a failed attempt to gang rape her.
According to the Superintendent of Police, S. Anand, the young woman told investigators that 3 people tried to rape her in the field near Rai Kheda village on Monday, and when they did not succeed, they poured kerosene and set her on fire. The BA second-year student was admitted to the hospital in the district and later referred to Lucknow. The police officer, however, added that she frequently changed her statements and also said that she was not aware how she reached the hospital from the 3rd floor of her college building.
And Maharashtra State Human Rights Commission has summoned state BJP over the allegations made by the Bhopal BJP MP Pragya Singh Thakur that she was tortured in the custody. He has been asked to appear before 6th of April as per the lawyer Aditya Mishra, who filed a complaint at NHRC regarding in 2018.
Lawyer Aditya Mishra had lodged the complaint at NHRC immediately after Pragya Singh Thakur appeared in the news television show in October 2018 mentioning her ordeal. The NHRC transferred the petition to MHRC for further proceedings. Now MHRC has summoned the DGP of Maharashtra, Pragya Singh Thakur, an accused in the 2008 Malegaon blast case, had earlier sought an exemption from daily appearance in court on the grounds of health and security.
Moving on, former Tamil Nadu Chief Minister J. Jayalalitha made noteworthy efforts to empower our Nari Shakti or woman power. Prime Minister Narendra Modi said today, remembering the late leader on her 73rd birth anniversary. In a tweet posted today, he also said she was admired for her pro-people policies.
The Prime Minister's message comes at a time when the state is gearing up for the next assembly polls with his party, the BJP, in alliance with the AIADMK, the incumbent. The BJP, which still only has marginal presence in the state, is looking to make splash this time. Whether or not attempts to ride on Ms. Jayalalitha's popularity works for it as it does for the AIADMK is still moot.
6 people were killed after their car collided with a fuel tanker in Madhya Pradesh Indore district in early hours of Tuesday. The incident took place around 2 a.m. when the speeding car hit the stationary fuel tanker on the roadside near petrol pump in Talavali Chanda area.
An official from Lasudia police station said the car was completely damaged and all 6 occupants died on the spot. The victims, all residents of Indore and in the age group of 18 to 28 years, were on their way to the city from Manjila area located on the outskirts of Indore. The bodies were sent to a government hospital for post-mortem.
All right, Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar on Tuesday took a sharp jab in the State Assembly at the leader of opposition Tejasvi Yadav, who had interrupted the Janata Dal United leader's speech in the House. Mr. Kumar said after Tejasvi Yadav made comments about his time as a union minister in the Atal Bihari Vajpayee government. Let's listen in.
अरे जब हम उस समय वहां थे उसमें गोद में रहते थे, इसलिए क्या सब बात है। हम गोद नहीं उठाए हैं, हम गोद नहीं उठाए हैं। बैठो बैठो बैठो
चलिए अब बैठ जाए। बार बार उठना उचित नहीं, नेता प्रतिपक्ष।
बाद में जो मन करे वो बोलते रहिए, लेकिन एक बार सुन लीजिएगा, वो आप ही को फायदा देगा। आप समझ नहीं रहे एक एक चीज के बारे में जो बात हम कह रहे हैं। अब आप बिजली के बारे में समझ लीजिए क्या था भाई। जब हम लोग आए थे तो उसमें कितना बिजली की खपत थी बिहार में? 700 मेगावाट। और आज बिजली की खपत कितनी हो गई है? आज बिजली की खपत हो गई है, इतना ज्यादा हो गया है कि 5,900 मेगावाट से भी ज्यादा, 5,932 मेगावाट बिजली की खपत हो गई। ये जरा जान लीजिए, हर घर बिजली पहुंचा दिया। अब खेत के लिए भी आप जान लीजिए, उसके लिए भी हम लोग पहुंचा रहे हैं किसानों को। और जो पहले जितना पहुंचा दिया, अब हम लोगों ने राज्य सरकार।
Mr. Yadav was Nitish Kumar's deputy and his tenure ended with the collapse of the JDU Rashtriya Janata Dal Alliance government in 2017. Mr. Kumar was replying to the motion of thanks to the governor on the third day of the budget session. The JDU leader, who was speaking on his government's achievement during his over 15 years rule in the state, was interrupted several times by Mr. Yadav.
Let's bring you the latest on the COVID figures in the country. India's COVID-19 tally case load crossed 1.10 crore mark with 13,742 new coronavirus cases and 104 deaths reported in the past 24 hours. Remember, this is the government data shared by the Health Ministry coming up early this morning. Amid concerns of a third wave, more than 14,037 people successfully fought off the viral disease, taking the overall recoveries to 1,726,702. The country now has 1,10,30,176 cases and more than 1,56,000 lives lost due to COVID-19, whereas Telangana recorded 196 new COVID-19 cases and 2 fatalities. Let's shift our focus to Telangana, where a 19-year-old degree student who recently allegedly misled the police saying that she was kidnapped and gang raped has died, allegedly by suicide in Ghatkesar today. Sources said the girl consumed some pills and was found in unconscious by her parents, who shifted her to the hospital where she died.
On receiving information, the Ghatkesar police have reached the spot to gather more information. It was earlier this month the girl reportedly, due to family issues, decided to leave the house. For this, she allegedly staged drama of being kidnapped and raped by auto drivers. However, within a few days, the Rajakonda police, with the help of scientific evidence, proved that it was a cooked-up story. The police was also contemplating to book a case against her for the false complaint.
All the government and private schools for class 6, 7th and 8th were reopened today across Telangana. The decision of reopening the school was announced on Tuesday by Education Minister Sabita Indra Reddy after the Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao approved the proposal of the Education Department.
Accordingly, all schools were directed to begin classes for the students from 24th of February to 1st of March. The school management were asked to follow the precautionary measures similarly when conducting classes for class 9th and 10th students. The students should seek permission for their parents to attend physical classes. A total of 17.10 lakh students were present in class 6th, 7th and 8th across the state.
With reports from the Union Health Ministry that 2 new strains of the deadly COVID-19 virus has been found in Telangana, Maharashtra and Kerala, the state government has put the officials on a high alert.
It has also decided to issue health bulletin on day-to-day basis from now. On Tuesday, Niti Aayog member Dr. V.K. Paul in New Delhi said that 2 variants of N440K and E484K have been found in the new cases that were being reported from these states. Officials of the state health department said that all the districts have been alerted and the authorities have been instructed to conduct medical tests to the people who visited the hospital with corona-like symptoms.
Moving on to our international news, United States President Joe Biden is expected to call Saudi Arabia's King Salman bin Abdul Aziz Al Saud today, ahead of the scheduled release of the US intelligence report detailing the disappearance of the murder of prominent journalist Jamal Khashoggi. The call would be the first conversation between Biden as the United States President and King Salman. Other issues are likely to be discussed, but the Khashoggi case could dominate the headlines.
The unclassified report from the United States Office of Director of National Intelligence reportedly implies that Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, also known as MBS, was involved in Khashoggi's murder and the dismemberment of his body. United States media outlets later reported that the CIA had concluded that Mohammed bin Salman was involved. Mohammed bin Salman has vehemently denied the accusations but has accepted responsibility as kingdom's de facto leader.
The United States Federal Aviation Administration says it is ordering immediate inspection of Boeing 777 planes fitted with Pratt & Whitney PW4000 engines after one of its jets failed on a United Airlines flight on Saturday.
Operators must conduct a thermal acoustic image inspection of the large titanium fan blades, essentially a way of peering under the surface of the metal located at the front of each engine. The United States National Transportation Safety Board said on Monday that cracked fan blade from the United Flight 328's engine that caught fire shortly after taking off from Denver, Colorado, was consistent with metal fatigue. When metal fatigues, a crack can grow progressively longer each time it is stressed as the engine starts up. Such cracks can linger for years before they lead to failure.
Iran could boost its uranium enrichment to the purity of 60% in the country, needs Supreme Leader Ali Husseini Khamenei said, upping the stakes in the standoff with the West over the country's 2015 nuclear deal.
Khamenei, however, emphasized that this does not mean Iran is after nuclear weapons, saying the West and Israel know this as well but want to use an excuse to extort Iran. His remarks come as European powers and the United States, which abandoned the nuclear deal in 2018, are disagreement with Iran over how to restore its lift sanctions imposed by former United States President Donald Trump. The nuclear deal capped Iran's uranium enrichment purity at 3.67%, but 1 year after United States pulled out, Iran gradually scaled back its commitment and, among other things, boosted enrichment to 4.5%.
Before we wrap up our bulletin, let's have a look on our headlines.
Center rushes teams to 9 states, warns against laxity as COVID cases rises. Top Maharashtra cop summoned over BJP MP's alleged custodial torture. You have played in my lap, Nitish Kumar teases Tejasvi Yadav in assembly. Ghatkesar fake kidnap and rape story, girl dies by suicide. Schools for class 6th, 7th, 8th have reopened in Telangana today. United States President Joe Biden to call Saudi Arabia's King Salman about Khashoggi report. Iran could boost uranium enrichment to 60%, says Iran's Supreme Leader Ali Husseini Khamenei.
These were all the updates. More news on the other side. Thank you for your time. For more news, stay tuned to Siyasat TV.